So you know who else bought some gadgets or spent some money this past week, or is going to be spending some money?
So Ben, I have a question.
Yes.
If you had to buy 1 million licenses for Microsoft 365, how much would you spend on that?
1 million licenses? What version? What are we talking about? What E3s?
I think I want to enable the basic productivity suite. So give me email, give me SharePoint, give me Teams, give me Office applications on the desktop and on the web.
So,
but maybe
what about
I don't
security? Do you need EMS? Do you need EMS and Intune and some of that, or just the Office suite for productivity? You're not worried about security?
I mean, I'm probably worried about security. If I'm buying 1 million licenses, I'm probably an enterprise.
You're going to probably
customer.
so you're going to do like Microsoft 365 EMS, so $37. So what does that come out to? $37 million. I mean, the math is pretty easy, right? 1 million times $37. 37.
And then if I want to buy it for several years, let's see. I want to go to. I want to go to 5 years.
5 years times 37 million is what, 150, almost 200 million, right?
All right. What if I wanted to spend $1 billion over 5 years? What would you give me?
$1 billion over 5 years? So that's what, 250 million a year?
Yeah, give or take.
Divided by 1 million, you're spending $250 per license, right?
Yeah. What do I get?
You get like everything. So,
sweet.
So I've done the math.
Amazon gets everything.
Everything? Because I'm spending like 200-ish. Yeah, I'm like 200-ish a month right now for what I have. And that's an E5, it's Viva, it's the Intune suite, it's the Viva suite, it's an E5, it's a cloud PC. Is that everything? I feel like there's other stuff in there that I have too.
I mean, I feel like you can throw like Dynamics and
you can't get Dynamics.
And, you can throw all of it in there.
But if I added on Copilot, so if I added Copilot onto what I have right now, I'd be in that ballpark of 250 without doing any of the extra Dynamic stuff. Oh, that includes Visio. Yeah, that doesn't include Dynamics. It doesn't include Project. So you'd be like the core productivity suite with all the add-ons without Dynamics, Project, any of that type of stuff. But it would include Copilot for $250.
Hey,
I did not do that math.
No.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. I think it's always interesting to see how these things go through. So Amazon, which has a bunch of different and slightly connected but slightly disparate products that it does in the productivity space. So things like work mail, work docs. There's what's the meeting app, Chime.
Yes.
So there's this kind of like suite of things that kind of almost sort of goes together that Amazon owns, and it looks like they're getting away from that a little bit. So there's this week Amazon and Microsoft announced an approximately $1 billion deal over 5 years to pick up about 1 million licenses.
Oh, I did my math wrong. It's $200 million. $200.
Yeah.
Sorry. I did my division.
Yeah,
200
you
million.
were thinking 4 and not
yeah, I
5.
was thinking 4. But
you were on a
still,
roll. I wasn't going to stop you.
That's still everything I have. Maybe you take away Viva because it's Viva and you throw in Copilot instead. Anyways, yeah, it's definitely an interesting move. Talking to people that I have known that have various I've known a few people that have worked in different aspects of Amazon before, and the things they say about those internal apps are not particularly rave reviews. We'll just leave it at that.
Well, those aren't internal apps. Those are Amazon's apps. Like you can go as a customer and you can buy some of those things.
Work mail and work docs and Chime.
Yeah. They just happen to be the Amazon offerings. So I view this as nothing but goodness. Like if it deepens the integration aspect of things. So a while ago, about a month or I think it was just a couple months ago, a month or two ago, Amazon and Microsoft also announced that the ability for Office to run on VDI clients. Like that's been pretty constricted over time in licensing and things like that. Hey, sure, you can do Azure Virtual Desktop, or you can do Microsoft 365 with the Cloud PC or something like that. But your ability to really go outside the Microsoft ecosystem and run those on other hypervisors at scale, like good luck navigating SPLA licensing and getting somebody to sign off on it for you, kind of thing. It's been generally hard. But there was an announcement just a little bit ago, like within the last few months, that Microsoft was also going to open up licensing for the M365 app suite. So, your desktop apps, Word, Excel, Outlook, things
PowerPoint.
like that, to run inside of Amazon Workspaces and be fully ready to go within that infrastructure.
Okay.
And that's even in contrast to some of the offerings that come out of like Google or things like that, just the other big kind of hyperscalers that are out there and kicking around. So it kind of generally like leads to a bunch of goodness for customers. Like hopefully for Amazon employees, it makes it a little bit easier to collaborate, given if you might have like outside people that you work with, like Excel makes business go around. It's very hard to do
100%.
things in Open Office or Libre or things like that. It's just not working. So you need like Office. So that's all good. And then the portability of licensing for VDI customers, I think, is also a big one. Like it's very easy to sit down and say like, oh, I want to do streamed desktops, like thin clients for my users, but then you feel very like locked into the Microsoft ecosystem. And having that portability and licensing is good to see there as well.
Yeah, I wonder if this will even lead to, again, the articles are not, there's not a lot of details. Microsoft nor Amazon have weighted on this. This is a lot of reportedly over 1 million. But like, are they going to end up using Entra ID for like their IDP, or do they end up using something like Okta for that? But could this even potentially lead to tighter integrations between the Office Productivity Suite, Entra ID, and some of the AWS stuff? And because they're going to have so much stuff on Microsoft 365, other almost hybrid cloud-ish improvements to make things easier for Amazon to work in AWS and Microsoft 365 that will lead to additional improvements for clients being able to improve their multi-cloud, hybrid cloud, choice of cloud, etc.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Things to speculate about. And it does say it could be over 1 million. So that could tie into our licensing. The other thing I wonder, Scott, is that's a lot of people. Is Microsoft throwing some services in there? Like, are they really paying that much just for licensing, or is that some migration, onboarding, ramp up services as well that are included in this reported $1 billion?
I don't know. Microsoft doesn't have much of a services org these days.
Well, in that case, if you're at Amazon and you need help with your migration, give me a call.
Marco, run the ad.
Yeah, ad for IntelliJink right now. We helped Amazon migrate. We can help you too. No, I don't know that I would want to come anywhere close to that. I would not have near the capacity or bandwidth to take anything on like that.
All right.